Hi, sixth grade. It's Monday, October 2nd. I am at a golf sectional, and you have a sub all day, so I need you to pay attention. I need you to be on your best behavior. First thing I'd like to do is I'd like to talk about the homework assignment that you should have completed with you. If you do not have it completed yet, turn it in to me either during study hall today or turn it in tomorrow when I'm back in class. However, I want to briefly talk about what's the most important thing on that worksheet. So if you could all get it out, if you turn it into the basket, you can leave it there. But if you haven't yet turned it into the basket, I'd like you to get it out. This is a 2-page worksheet on Mesopotamia. It has a reading and 2 maps. First of all, I know that a lot of people seem to be struggling with race responses. That's kind of the most important thing about that worksheet. But actually, I suppose I can go to that worksheet, can't I? Here it is. If you are struggling with the race response, this guy here, that's okay. We're going to keep working on that. I'm not expecting you to be excellent at it. If you are struggling with either reading comprehension up here, or if you are struggling with reading a map, that's something we should figure out sooner rather than later, because those are skills that I'm not going to teach you over and over again. I'm going to continue to give you feedback and help you refine your race response. But we should make sure that we figure out any map skills that we're missing. For example, this question, assuming that the upper portion of the map is north, which it is, which river is further west? Well, there's only 2 rivers here. The one's the Euphrates, one's the Tigris. I had somebody ask me and talk about this water over here. That's not a river. That's a sea. That's the Mediterranean Sea. And I need to make sure that you guys that you have a few of the basic map skills down. And if you don't, I just want you to ask me. Tell me, Mr. Monahan, I'm struggling with this. Of course, the answer to that one would be west. The Euphrates is the river that is further west. But you would have to say it in a complete sentence, once again, to get full credit. I'm not going to go over the answers right now because I don't know how many of you haven't done it, and I don't want to give you answers. All of you should have done it. This was your homework, and that is your job over the weekend. But we're going to go over it tomorrow when I'm in class. So I want you to, if you haven't done it, I want you to focus on the race response and just ignore everything else. Ignore all this stuff, all the other questions. Focus on the race response. Right, so that's what I wanted to say about this assignment. You can pause this video and you can go up and everybody make sure that your assignment is turned in. Now, moving on from this assignment then, I'm going to hop back over to there. In Canvas, if you were to look at this today, you would see that we have an assessment over Mesopotamia's geography on Thursday. And the skill, or rather the standard, that the geography assessment is going to be over is this. I can explain how the environment impacts where people choose to settle. And settle, in this case, means live. So that's our goal. You need to be able to tell me how the environment or the geography of Mesopotamia impacted where the Mesopotamians chose to live, which, if you're paying attention, is the exact question I asked you here. I'm asking you to explain why the Mesopotamians built their cities where they did. Hint, it has something to do with the geography of that place. So that test is going to be on Thursday. I'm going to have your study guides. We're going to talk about it a little bit on Tuesday. Maybe we'll play a review game on Wednesday, and then we'll take the test on Thursday. This video is from last year, and you'll never see it, so don't worry about it. But next is read the document. This is the first thing the sub should be passing you, should pass this out once I give you the go-ahead to do, or rather once this video is over, the sub will pass this out. Your job is to read a document, it looks like this, on Mesopotamia and trade, and answer the 4 questions that come below it. We talk a little bit in the worksheet that you did over the weekend about the different natural resources that are in the different parts of Mesopotamia, northern and southern Mesopotamia. And the long story short, not every resource needed for life was easily found there. And so they had to trade for the things that they didn't have. And so this is an important um, part of life in Mesopotamia. And so we're going to do a reading on it. It's 6 little paragraphs. I wouldn't even really call these paragraphs, but break it up into those 6 smaller sections. It tells you to highlight things in different colors. It tells you to put little symbols there. As it says in my instructions here, use this as an opportunity to practice your close reading skills. Highlight things, circle things, annotate things, which means put little notes next to it, define words you don't know, do whatever you need to do to make sure that you understand and remember the information. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. The information in this reading. Okay. Next. Okay, so then you're going to answer the 4 questions. The 4 questions are: why did they have to travel? Describe a Mesopotamian boat and raft. Describe Mesopotamian money. What was the most common method of exchanging goods? I'm once again going to ask you to give me complete sentences here. They do not have to be long sentences, but give me complete sentences. That is due tomorrow. I would like us to be able to go over the homework that was due today and this homework assignment tomorrow when I am in class. That way I can go over these important answers, I can give you your study guide, and we can start studying for the test together. This next activity, which hopefully will take you until the end of class, because reading this in 4 questions should not take you the whole class. But this next activity should. So there's a map here, and it's got a lot of stuff colored blue, a lot of stuff colored yellow or orange, and then this area here that's colored green. Everybody, a crescent is a shape. We often use it to describe the moon when it looks like a C. We call this shape here the fertile crescent, the fertile crescent. All right. So Mesopotamia is in, or rather, makes up a huge portion of the fertile crescent in this area. And what you are going to do is you are going to recreate this map of the fertile crescent and a lot of its cities on the blank map that you were given, which should look like this. Now, there's a confusing aspect of this here. Your map is portrait. Your map is landscape. And so the proportions are different than they are here on this map, which is a little more scrunched together. Turkey is a lot longer than this, left and right. But it's all scrunched together here on this map. The important part, as I say in the instructions, don't just focus on the cities, even though I know that there are a lot of them. All right? Do you have to know where Nineveh and Babylon and Uruk and and Eridu and Sumer are? Not necessarily. I want you to know that they're cities and that they're kingdoms in this area. You should know that the Egypt and the Nile River over here. But the important part of this map especially is the color. What does the color represent? Where is the color? What's it around? Those are the important bits of this mapping assignment. But I would like you to do your best to complete this map, or rather not complete it, but I'd like you to do your best to get good progress done on it so that if I come to school, when I come to school tomorrow, you guys are pretty close to being done and we can finish that up at the end of the hour. If you don't have any colored pencils, I have some that should be either on one of the tables or on my little shelf next to the door. Those 2 things are all that we're doing today. You should have already turned in your homework. This Mesopotamia and Trade assignment, please do not turn it in if you finish it. I'd like you to turn it in tomorrow because that's when it's due. And then we can work on the map tomorrow if you don't finish it today, but I'd like you to get some good progress on it done. That should be it. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or we can chat tomorrow. Goodbye.